Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Dave from Horizon Fish Keeping. Just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers that have joined Horizon Fish Keeping in the last couple of weeks, and for the massive response I've been getting in the comment section below from you guys giving me recommendations on what I should do with the fish room, especially. This up and coming playlist that I'll be doing is going to be the build videos for the fish room that I'm actually building outside my property. And there's been loads of comments there and recommendations on how I should insulate it and things like that. But I just wanted to say a big thank you. I've had a massive response on my videos lately, and I really appreciate everyone that's took the time to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. But for today's video anyway, we're going to look at all the fish tanks in the house and just have a bit of an update video on what's been going on, because I've just moved house to this property here. So there's been a bit of a mix around with the fish tanks, and there's some fish tanks that are inside that I'll be going into the fish house eventually. I just wanted to do a bit of an update video for you guys to see what was going on. And also I didn't make a video last week, hence because I was moving house and things. I've been really busy at work as well. So I just wanted to sort of get back in touch with you guys, make you a bit of a video that you can check out and just see what's going on, just keep you more up to date than anything. So what we'll do is we'll check out this tank first and we'll make our way around. There's been some big changes with the fish and what sort of fish I'm keeping in which tank, and I will explain that as we go on today in the video. It's basically, I've had a change of what I want to keep basically in certain tanks, and because I've got the fish house now, I've got more room in there. So we'll check them out and we'll see what's going on with them. So we'll catch you in a second. So here's the original tank that I actually started the aquarium hobby with. So this tank's quite special to me in a way. It's the one that I've had the longest, and obviously the most established tank that I've got. Nothing's really changed much with this tank. Obviously I've got the peace lilies just coming out the top there. I did them just before I moved house, so they're looking a bit sort of drab, and they've been beaten up a little bit in the boxes and things that I moved the plants over with. And also you can see there's just a massive duckweed along the top there, and I need to just do some serious maintenance on there. I haven't actually put the other piece of it inside the basket yet, but I will be doing that pretty soon, to be honest. But they're growing really nice. You can just sort of see them there behind the lights. Bit of maybe nutrient deficiency in the leaves there, but they've been out of water and sort of passed around from pillar to post a bit. And then just inside the tank, all the fish are doing really well. The only addition really that we've made to this tank is the female betta, and I got her just before we moved to this property, just to do a breeding project. And what happened was they actually spawned. So this female betta and one of the other bettas in the other tanks, which I'll show you in a moment, they actually spawned. So I've got a tank in the fish room at the moment with some betta fry in there. And they'll be moving up into a bigger tank, so I will show you them in a moment when we get around to it. But I just sort of wanted you to have a look at, you know, how we got the scape over the lily that we did. Sorry about the glare, guys, the lights are really bright on this tank. The bulb lily that we put into the water is doing really well now. You can see there's the leaves are just sort of coming through now, and that's looking great. I'll just try and turn the ISO down, see if you can get a better shot of that. So yeah, the lily's doing really nice. All the fish are pretty much the same in here, apart from the betta fish. Like I say, we've got the blacktail female guppies and the snakeskin guppies, the Dumboweers snakeskin. We've also got the Lemur perugiers, or the glitterfish as they're known in Germany. They're doing really well. They breed like mad, the Lemur perugiers. I've actually pulled some out and given some to a friend. But all in all, the plants are looking a bit sort of drab at the moment. You know, you've got some holes in leaves and things, but they're doing all right. Everything seems to be bouncing back slowly. The Vallisneria's gone absolutely wild since we've moved here. I don't know why, but it's actually growing from there and all the way across the top of the tank. It's looking really nice and vibrant. So maybe it's the bit of the sunlight coming through the window here, and it's just sort of catching it in the morning. But it's doing really well. We'll move on to the other tanks anyway, guys, and we'll have a look around. So these three tanks that are just on the kitchen side at the moment, it's very likely that these won't stay here and they'll end up in the fish room at some point. I just need to make the room for them. We just sort of makeshifted a light above there, and we've got the CO2 running just on this tank here. But basically what we want to do is move these guys out of here. I do use these smaller tanks for fry usually. As you can see, we've just got a better in this tank. Just needs topping up with water a little bit. This one took the worst beating, I would say, because we had a load of plants in here. And yeah, this is the pearl weed, sorry. That's not done too good, and the crypt at the back there is looking a bit grim. But I took the fish out and I moved the water, drained the water level out to the substrate, and it was sort of rocking around, so it's throwing things a bit all over the place, and there's a bit of algae needs topping up. So when some maintenance is needed, I'll be doing that after recording this video. Just to the left, just to the left of this tank is the dwarf neon rainbow fry tank. So these guys are doing awesome. Just give these guys a bit of flake and show you what they're like when they're feeding. They go absolutely wild when this stuff hits the water. And that's just flake food. If you put like baby brine shrimp or all like that in there, they go absolutely crackers for it. But yeah, they're doing really well. Let's see if we can get a closer shot. Starting around, male and females in there, looking really healthy. I've had no die-offs from the dwarf neon rainbows. And then just below we've got some ram's horn snails, just some pink ram's horns, and there was some baby shrimp, which are actually quite big now, to be honest. They've grown quite well. Because I haven't been sort of doing the fish room as much because I've been moving house and work and things. I've actually sort of come back to the tanks, and the fish are actually bigger, a lot bigger than I expected them to be. So just a little shrimp just there, it's a little cherry Neocaridina. And I actually just put these guys in here because I had nowhere else to put them. There were about sort of 10-15 of these Neocaridinas, and I just popped them in here, and they've just been in here ever since really. There's about 10 I think, but they're coming up to sort of breeding age, probably in a couple of months. And just some little pink ram's horns that are snacking out on some Indian almond leaves there. You can see the little rainbows at the back. But yeah, they're all doing fine. And then we're just moving on to the other little better tank. Again, they all just needed a bit of maintenance. They've all been set up really quickly, just with a house move. We just wanted to get the fish back into the tanks, back into the water. But this guy's absolutely beautiful, really is. So nice. Plays really still as well. Plays dead a little bit, this one. If you give him a tap on glass, he'll usually wakes up and comes and plays for a bit. Expecting some bloodworms. Look at that fish. That fish is absolutely beautiful. Probably like my favourite better I've ever seen, to be honest. The colours, like the white's very white. The camera doesn't do it justice, and the red's like real claret red. Stunning fish. And we'll go around and just have a look at the bigger tank now. So here we are at the big tank, the one that the Oscars were in. And I've decided to have a bit of a change up with this tank, and I'll show you why when we get into the fish room. But basically I've been watching a few videos on YouTube, and I've always loved rainbow fish, but I've never really kept them myself. I've always been breeding them. So at the moment I've been sort of going around the fish stores, especially to my local one, the one that's in my town. I know I go to like other fish stores out of town, but my fish store is sort of like mine, if you know what I mean. And they are really good there. The owners there are absolutely brilliant. They're really good for if you need any advice on anything or like that. They're really knowledgeable. So, but it's sort of like my fish store, and I want to keep it that way. But yeah, these guys have been selling really well at my local fish shop, the one that I use. They've got loads of rainbows at the moment. So we've just got the red rainbow just here, and he's beautiful. I'd say it's probably full size. I made the mistake of not getting the female of the red rainbow, because he's absolutely awesome. We haven't got a background on this tank, so if you can see the window at the moment. I've just set this tank up in the conservatory. I've had some problems with it, just because of the weight of the water weight. We're having an issue with the lights at the minute, so I've just had to put some shop lights on top for now. And also, it's in my conservatory, so if I sort of come back here, sorry about the clothes on the radiator, that's my partner. But if you look, there's sort of a window behind, so I need to put like a background on so you can't see the window. It's quite nice if you look from the other way, because you can see the fish through the window, but from this side it looks pretty grim. So yeah, we'll be putting a background on that eventually. All the cabinets are open because I've been sorting out the canister filter. Been trying to sort out the canister filter there. It's sort of on, kind of, it's a little bit out of the water there. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fully scaping this tank at some point, and we're going to turn it into a rainbow tank pretty much. I'm going to have a few other bits in, like I've got some guppies that I bred a little while ago. These guys are really cool. If we can get focus on them, because it's impossible to film guppies. So yeah, there's just some nice little guppies there that won't go in focus and too fast to catch on camera. You see them there. And they're just random ones that I sort of bred. I sold most of them, but I just kept a few of these nice little males. I really like the colours on them, so I wanted to chuck them in with, with the rainbows. We've got also in this tank, we've got the Bosemani rainbow just there, and I've actually got a few of these. I've actually bought some to breed as well. So there's the Bosemani just there and just here. That's the male and female. We do have a female betta in here. She'll probably come out eventually, but she's just sort of in here for now. Then a couple of cribs are in here, and we've also got some panda corridores, peppered corridores, and bronze corridores in here, and also a few of the brood stock of my dwarf neon rainbows. So there's just a female just here, and they're really healthy. And there's a couple of other females. There's a male just behind this bit of Alcinaria just at the back there. Also the guppies. So yeah, we'll be planting this tank out and doing a video on this on the scape. If you've got any ideas for this tank, I'd really appreciate if you could leave a comment in the comment section below. That'd be absolutely awesome. And if we just take a dive to the left here, we can nip outside and we'll go and check out the fish room and see how it's getting on. Just come down the stairs. So this is going to be the fish room. We're going to be doing a build video, as I mentioned before in the last video. All this racking, I need to just adjust it a little bit, because when you put a tank in between here, you can't actually get your hands in or any nets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this shelf and the top shelf. So that'll give me room above for the tanks, and then obviously I can put some nice big grow out tanks along the bottom here. I have been speaking to a few people about insulating this place, and one in particular, Andy, thanks for all the advice, I really appreciate it. Like I say, it's my first fish room, and all the advice is welcome at this point. So we've got a couple of tanks in here. These are the Bosemani rainbows. I'm going to be breeding these guys for the stock from a big tank. So these guys just in here is girls and boys Bosemanis. It's got the mops in there. So these guys, whatever babies come off this, will be going into the big tank for now, and then obviously overstock I'll sell to the local fish stores and whatever. And this little tank here, we've got the for some reason one cherry shrimp, I think, or maybe two. It does need a bit of a back out, but like I say, we're just trying to get the fish back in the water. And this has got the baby panda corridors, you can probably see darting around at the back, and also the betta fry. So you can probably just see the betta fry just here, middle of the screen, and they're just sort of dotted around everywhere in this tank. They like to hide under this Indian almond leaf. Just see a few there at the bottom. But they're sort of scattered around everywhere. They like to hide around the filter here as well. Can't get focus on them for some reason today. Like I say, these guys need to go into a bigger tank now. It's still tiny, but usually the bigger water volume, the faster they seem to grow. Got the big tank up here that the guys are making a mess of. So we've got Ghost just here, smiling as always. I know we need to clean your tank out, don't we, Ghost? You're hitting there. So this is a 4.5 or 4 foot or 5 foot tank, I'm not sure, I can't remember, across by, I think it's by 30 by 20 or 30 by 30 maybe. It's big enough for these guys for now. I've just got a sponge filter in there, two this one's got sponges in with a power head. It's just an Amazon generic thing. And then we've got the Eheim pickup in the back. Basically just keeping these two in here for just keeping them seeded mainly. We've got the other small tiger Oscar at the back there, and obviously the Malawis are still here. We will be moving the Malawis on as soon as we can. So we've got Ghost and Phantom, and then the other Oscars just up here. And I'm hoping we can get these guys in a nice big tank on their own, the Oscars, and I'm going to put some substrate in and all that sort of stuff. And then just at the bottom here, we've just got the ghost knife, who's just hiding under the slate. Again, there's loads of splashes on the glass because we need to, I need to get it cleaned up. But this is just a holding tank for the ghost knife. I didn't want to put him in with the Oscars with no decor to hide in or out like that, especially Phantom, because Phantom's, massive now. I just thought he could maybe become a victim to being eaten, so the ghost knife's just in here for now. It's quite happy. Obviously his tank's disgusting, as most of them are, because I just really hadn't had time to get into the fish room and have a good clear round. But I do today. I finished early from work today, so I'm just going to get cracked on, get these tanks cleaned out, big water changes on the cichlid tank there, have a trim up on the plants and all that sort of stuff, and just try and have a bit of a tidy up. We've got the next CO2 that's going to go on the big tank on probably the next video that we do, and also we've got just a bunch of cherry shrimp in here. They'll be going into the big tank as well. I've bred about, I think there's about 40 or 50, maybe 60 in there, cherry shrimp, and they're going to be going into the Rainbow Aquarium once there's enough cover in there for them. So once I've got it planted out, I have been buying some of these little pots when I've been around town or whatever. I'm just going to chuck them in these tanks, whatever's bare bottom. I'm just going to throw the pots in until I've got a good amount of them to do with the big tank, and then we'll do a video on that. But yeah, this is what I mean by like the height. So once you've got sort of this sort of height, you can't actually get into the tanks if you need to do any maintenance. So if I need to change, like clean the sponges, there's just not enough room to pull them out, and that's the reason why I'm just going to readjust the shelves. So that'll be the next video. If you guys are into, watching someone doing heavy DIY and ripping this place down and painting and stuff, then I'll probably throw a video up. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you do want to see anything like that as well, because it'll just help me out making the decision if I'm going to put the videos up. I've got the brine shrimp hatcher. It's not actually on at the moment. So we're just gonna, the temperature's a bit sort of up and down. I'm getting used to the temperatures. I've kept the heaters in all the tanks. I'm still scared of turning, the heaters off in the tanks. I don't want any of my fish to sort of be getting sick or dying or all like that. I do have the thermostat going off, but I really don't think I'm going to be filters out of the tanks until we do something about this insulation, because it's just fluctuated so much. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you can stick around, and we'll get on the build videos. And check out what we're going to be doing next with the fish room. Thanks for sticking around if you stayed to this point. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe to my channel, that'd be awesome. If you are subscribed, you're already awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.